So hello everyone. Today we are going to discuss chapter of business studies which is planning. So let's begin. Planning. Planning which is the first step towards success. So let's start about how planning work in our life as well as in any type of organization. So comes to what is the meaning of planning. Planning means planning means deciding in advance what is to be done, how is to be done, when is to be done, and by whom that work will be done. You can say that planning is type of thinking process. It's a strategy for our goal, our target, our aims in future. So it works like this. So there is a definition which is planning is deciding in advance what is to do, when and where is to do, and how is to do, and by whom it should be done. And there is another feature of planning is it bridge up the gap between where you are in current situation and where you want to be in future. So you can say that it is a bridge between two situations. First, present situation, and second one, your future situation. So this is all about planning. Now comes to what are the features of planning. So there are mainly 7 features of planning, and maybe this is difficult you to memorize these all features because memorization is weak uh, in this era. So there is a remembering trick which help you to learn it faster and understand it faster. So which is DCP of MP. D is a stand for decision making. C is a stands for continuous process. P is a stands for pervasive. O is a stands for objective achievement. F is a stand for futuristic. M is a stands for mental exercise, and P is a stand for primary function. So now comes to how what are the meaning of these features. Decision making means planning helps us to take decision about our futures or our targets as well as goals. So that's why planning helps us in decision making. Second one, it is a continuous process. Planning never ends. Planning always in a continuous continuity, and it cannot be comes to end. So this is the another feature of planning. Third one is pervasive. Pervasive means at every level of management as well as at every type of organization. You cannot say that planning is only for management organization, not in our life. Planning is work in our life as well as organization. So this is the another feature of planning. Fourth one is objective achievement. Planning helps us to achieve our targets that cannot be achieved without the planning or with the absence of planning. Fifth one is planning is futuristic. Planning is work for future. It cannot work for present situation. You can plan for your future or your goals those you want to achieve in your future. So this is the feature of planning. Next one, it is a mental exercise. Planning is a mental exercise. It is not physically touch or uh, analyze. So that's why it is a mental exercise. And the last but not least feature of planning is primary function. Planning is a primary function of management. It is the first most step in in the management process. So that's why I have written here planning is a primary function. Now comes to the next slide, which is importance and benefits of planning. There is also a remembering trick so that you can remember it faster and learn it faster. So D is stand for direction, R is stand for reduce the risk of uncertainty, S is stand for standard of controlling, O is standard for reducing overlapping, D is stands for decision making again, and I is stand for innovative ideas. So there are six importance of planning that I have written. So let's understand about these features. Planning provide direction. Without planning, you cannot find your direction in which you need to work. So planning is like a lamp which provide you light so that you can step out in your direction and find out your direction in which you need to work. Second one is planning reduce risk of uncertainty. Planning helps us to think about future because future is uncertain, but we can plan in advance for future. This is the importance of planning. Next one is planning established a standard of controlling. Planning is provide a standard for controlling. Planning provide a standard that we can analyze our achievement with our standard. So that standard is the outcome of planning. Fourth one is reducing overlapping. Planning reducing the doubling of work. Planning helps us to do work separately and conveniently. So it reduces overlapping of work. Fifth one is decision making. Planning helps us to take decision correctly and efficiently. Sixth one is it promotes innovative ideas. Planning innovate Planning promotes innovative ideas. Innovative ideas promotes a good planning which enhance our targets, our goals, our achievements. So in short, planning promotes innovative ideas. Now comes to the next slide, which is a step of planning. There is another remembering trick to remember these steps of planning. S is stands for setting objective, P is stands for planning permissive, I stands for identify alternative course of action, C is stands for evaluating alternative course of action, S is stands for selecting an alternative, F is stands for follow up action. So these are the steps of planning. So let's understand about these steps. The first most step of planning is setting objective. Planning never work without you having any target or objective. So planning starts with any objectives. First you need to set your objective, then after you need to plan a premises. Premises means on which your plan work. You can say that planning premises means some assumption which you need to take on that planning work. So premises is like a assumption that you take in your mind so that planning works. Next one is identify alternative course of action. Now, after these steps, you need to identify all the alternative course of action or all the ways that on which planning can work. Then after you need to evaluate alternative course of actions. Means you need to find out the pros and cons of that alternative course of actions. Then after you need to select an alternative. After analyzing their pros and cons, you need to select an alternative which has least pros, least cons. Okay. Now then after you need to implement your plan which you have selected. Then after you need to follow up your action, that how you need to achieve and how you achieve your target. Now comes to the next slide, which is limitation of planning. There are some limitations in planning that are involved in the management process. So let's understand about limitation of planning. So there is also a remembering trick which is NCR DTC. N stands for no guarantee of success. Means planning is not a certificate that you will always succeed about your plan. Planning is just a structure on which you need to build a building. Understand? Planning provides a way. It is not a guarantee that you will be or you will succeed in your plan. Okay. Next one is C is stand for cost. Planning involves huge cost. When plans are grown, costs are involved in their formation, terms of effort, time and money. The costs incurred sometimes may not justify the benefit derived from the plan. Many times it seems that the cost that involved in the plan it is higher than what are the outcomes is come after that plan. So it involves huge cost. Third one is planning leads to rigidity. The plans are well defined and decide future course of action. Thus manager may not be in position to change them. Planning leads to rigidity means planning is not dynamic in nature. You can not change your plan time to time, then it not work. Okay. That's why there is rigidity and blind following of plan. Okay. Now comes to the another limitations of planning, which is planning may not work in dynamic environment. As I said that planning is not flexible and it is also not work in dynamic environment. Business environment is dynamic and constantly adapt itself to these changes. It becomes difficult to make plan where policies of a country and economic condition are not stable. Planning is difficult in that environment which is dynamic in nature. This is another limitation of planning. Next one is time consuming process. Planning is not a short term process. Planning is time consuming process. Why time consuming? Because planning is a blessing in facing a definite situation, but because of its long process it cannot face sudden emergencies. Thus planning is time consuming process. Planning is only for our future, not our present, as I said. So it not work in certain situation. That's why it is a time consuming process. Last but not least, planning reduces creativity. Middle level managers are not allowed to deviate from plan or act their own, they only carry out order. Planning is rigid. That's why it not involve creativity. It reduces the creativity. Manager cannot change the plan. It simply it simply transfer the order that he or she received from its superior, and it need to deliver that plan to his or her subordinate. This is the planning process. So it reduces our creativity. Now comes to the types of plan. There are mainly two types of plan. First is single use plan and second one is a standing use plan. Single use plan means that plan which we use for one time only, and standing use plan which we use for lifetime process. Okay, now let's understand about these terms. First is objective. Objective are the end towards which the activity are directed, and they are the end result of every activity. Objectives are the plan that use to carry out our process of planning. Next one is a strategy. It is a comprehensive plan. It has the comprehensive plan to achieve the organizational objective. A strategy is type of method. A strategy is type of plan, comprehensive plan to achieve organizational objective. Next one is policy. It can be it can be defined as organizational general responses to a particular problem or situation. In simple words, it is the organizational own way of handling the problem. Policy is not the big plan. Policy is something the way by which organization handle their problem. Okay. Now next one is procedure. Procedure are required steps established in advance to handle future condition. Procedure is the steps of process that organization use in its manufacturing, its marketing, and many other activities. So procedure include steps. Now comes to the next plan, which is rules. Rules are norms regarding action and non-action employees. Rules is simple a guideline that issued by the superior in organization that followed by all employees and uh, all workers in the organization. Next one is program. Programs are the combination of goals, policies, procedure and rules. All these plans together form a program. Program is something the combination of all plan, means rules, policies, procedures and objective. So you can say that program include these type of small plans. Next one is method. Method are formalized way of doing routine and repetitive job. Method is type of the way in which duties are performed by the workers and employers. Last but not least, which is budget. It is a statement of expected result expressed in numerical term. Budget is type of numerical statement that organization issued at the last of year. It is known as budget. I hope you understand all these plans. If you have any type of query, any type of doubt related to this topic, you can ask me directly with the help of comment box, and you can also tell us this with our YouTube page. So Thank you everyone. And don't forget to like, share and subscribe our channel. If you like our video, hit the like button. If you unlike our video, hit the unlike button and subscribe our channel. Thank you everyone. Have a nice day.